Alright, I think we are back up and running. Yes, we are. Alright. Hello, travelers of the internet! Welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or if you're new, welcome to you. I, of course, am JGuard01, your guide, your bard, and your humble host into the world's virtual. Happy to welcome you all back to the channel. Don't know why we lost connection there, but we did. I'm starting to get used to it again. I really wish I wasn't. Alright, that is the downward chute dug out. And really, it's just the two chutes that I need. The one to catch me at the bottom, and the one to bring me up from the bottom. Excellent. And my baked potatoes are finally finished. I'm down to just the steak. We made it. The bottom of the world. More or less. This is where things become both simpler and at the same time a little more complicated. I'm just kidding. It's pretty straightforward. We just gotta dig out the rest of this hub, and then we'll be good to go about mining for diamonds. You know what I think? I'm kind of thinking that we ought to go ahead and use our diamonds to make our first diamond pick when this pickaxe breaks. And there it goes. Bum. It's about to be glorious. And here it is. Doom, 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 doom. Boom, 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 boom. Our first diamond pickaxe of the world. Sweet. That'll make mining go a little bit faster, and we won't have to stop to repair or replace the pick as often. Oh wow, that's digging way faster. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it was going to be that much faster. Ooh. Oh, this feels so good. It feels so good to be using a diamond pick. Gosh, I've missed having a diamond pickaxe. Nice. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-ba-da-dum-bum-bum-bum. This is so good. I love having a diamond pickaxe. I really had missed it. Hey! Hey, Zario! Hey, thank you for stopping by, my friend. Even just stopping by like this, that means a lot. Thank you. I understand if you can't stick around, but thank you for dropping in. It means a lot, man. Here's hoping you have a good rest of your day or night, whichever one it is you're going through right now. Yep. The mining phase of the world. Doesn't go away easy. However long it lasts, it ends up being a little bit tedious, but it ends up becoming very satisfying. Lengthy, but satisfying. Nope, no soul sand yet, but then that's something you have to get from the Nether. And I haven't gone to the Nether yet. But that time is coming soon. Unfortunately, I can't avoid it for too much longer. Now that I've got a diamond pick... Hey, Boink! Hello, Boink! How you doing? You doing good? I hope so, dude. I hope you're doing real good. Good to see you again. How are you? Alright, let's start digging our first tunnel. My goal is just to find a couple diamonds. 2 diamonds and I'll be able to move on. Just need enough diamonds to be able to make an enchanting table. Alright, hey, if you just want to chill here, I understand. And I appreciate you choosing to chill here of all places. I really do. Temporarily put a crafting table there. Alright, craft up a few to put in the floor. Craft up a chest. There we go. Alright, one more thing I want to do before I can call this layer truly ready. This is the elevator up. I've seen the first 3. I've seen the first 3 Kung Fu Panda movies. Haven't seen the 4th one. Don't really have any interest in the 4th one, to be entirely honest. I feel like to a point, they've kind of drained that series for all it can give. Yeah, I kind of feel like the 4th one is them just trying to cash grab off the name of the Kung Fu Panda series. 3 gave a final resolution to all the questions that we really had about Poe and what his future was going to be. So, I don't feel like the 4th one had any... I don't feel like there was any need for the 4th one. Not to mention, the 3rd one had the best conclusion. It had the best conclusion scene out of all of them. Well, can you blame them? I mean, the clips that I've managed to see of it, it really doesn't feel like there was any point to it. in the first movie, the first movie was amazing. The first movie was really darn good. The second movie was pretty good. The third one was also pretty good. But the first one will probably always be my favorite. The first one left us with some questions about Poe. How does a panda get raised by a goose, being one of the big ones? The second movie answered that question quite thoroughly. And then it changed our perception of the scenario a little bit with its ending. Because with the ending of the second one, you find out the pandas that were supposed to be nigh extinct, if not outright extinct, save for Poe, were not actually extinct. They were just hidden somewhere. And then the third one gives us the conclusion of that question. The question of, is Poe ever going to find his father? He's got his dad, Ping, the goose, but was he ever going to find his panda dad? His panda father? Was he ever going to find out that that there were other pandas still alive? And yes, he did. And faced down what was probably one of the most dangerous foes. He faced down what was probably the most dangerous of all the foes he'd ever faced. One that could turn the powers of past masters and Poe's friends against him. And in defeating that foe, proved he was truly ready for the position that Shifu believed he was ready for. Oh yes. One of the greatest quotes from Master Oogway. You are too concerned. Well, let me do the whole line, just because I love it. Quit, don't quit. Noodles, don't noodles. You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There is a saying. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. Honestly, out of all the characters in the three movies, the three ones that, in my opinion, actually matter, Oogway is probably my favorite character. He's basically Yoda if Yoda had a shell and didn't talk all kerbobulated. You know what I mean? He's basically a bigger, taller, and more straightforward Yoda. And I've always liked that. I've always liked that about Oogway's character. He's the sage who... he can speak in riddles, yes. But when he deems it necessary, he can also be blunt. And you just gotta like that about him. Oh, yes. Dude, you just mentioned the greatest mentor character in all of cartoons to me. Iroh. Iroh's character is probably the greatest part in all of the original Avatar show. Like, I can't think of a single character I liked in that show more than Iroh. I mean, ask anybody. If I ask anybody who has watched the show they inevitably end up saying that they wish they had an Uncle Iroh in their lives. That guy who's extremely patient, who gives great advice, and yet is probably one of the most chill dudes at the same time. As well as a bit of a, a bit of an awesome sort. I mean, come on. Who didn't love those moments when Iroh would bust out the Dragon of the West moves? There you go. Boink, you've just brought back one of the greatest quotes of Uncle Iroh's character. The dude was probably the greatest sage character in all of children's cartoons. And his advice wasn't just for kids, it was for everybody. That's another part of what made him so good. And in bringing up Iroh, I feel like I gotta give credit to both the voice actors that worked as Iroh. You gotta just acknowledge how awesome they each were in their own way. Like, the guy who originally voiced him, I think his name was Mako. You can't deny the original voice could never have been truly replaced. He had this distinctive, patient, and warm tone to him that just made you like him. And I gotta give credit to the guy that took up the mantle after him. The respect he showed to the original actor. Anybody that knows about the character of Iroh ends up knowing about the song that he sang. His little song in Tales of Ba Sing Se, probably one of the best episodes of the whole show. Because it had segments focusing on each of the central characters. Mako has always refused, the guy that replaced Mako has always refused to sing that song if anybody's ever asked about it. He just apparently he'll just look at them and say, no. That's Mako's song. Because it was the last thing that the guy did. Iroh was the last role that the guy played before he was gone. And out of respect, the new voice actor made it plain he would never sing Mako's Leaves from the Vine. I will say though, there have been some fans of the show that have sung the song and even extended it with their own lyrics to add on to it, and the love they express for the character in doing so is phenomenal. It is incredible. Also, to anybody watching after stream wondering, why is he talking about a cartoon on a gaming channel? Do you know how many games the Avatar Last Airbender series has spawned? I can tell you there's been at least a dozen by now. between all the games that have been done for Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's at least half a dozen. Besides, the conversation got brought up. I field what questions I feel I can. And this is one of them. This is one of the conversations that I love having. Discussion of cartoons that are good for everybody. If I had to recommend one cartoon to everybody to watch, The Last Airbender, the original Last Airbender show would be one of them. It would be right up there in my top 3 to recommend. Hey, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Boink. There are characters in games and shows that are just deep in their wisdom. And the lessons that they have to teach are just awesome. Not to mention the experiences of some games are just that worthwhile to go back and re-experience as if it was the first time again. Let us mull that thought over for a minute while I go get my water cup. I think I misplaced it somewhere. Be right back. And I'm back. Found it. Oh, man. Needed that. Yeah, even thinking on it, even characters that you wouldn't expect to have really much true wisdom to share have an important lesson to teach you. If you just know where to look for the moment when they do. Yeah, I hear you, Boink. There are a bunch out there that I would love to go back and rewatch again. Shows, some that I wish I could have seen when they were originally out there. Shows that I actually... There's a few, and part of why I love Last Airbender, the original Last Airbender cartoon so much is because it was one of them. There have been shows that I would watch, cartoon and otherwise, with my brother Enya of Enya Soft Gaming. And again, one of them was Avatar: The Last Airbender. He got me started on that show. And sometimes I wish I could go back and watch it with him when it was first being... Like, when it was first being put out there for everybody, you know? Sometimes there are things that they're so good, you just wish you could go back and experience them fresh. And in the most fresh kind of way. Concerned? How do you mean? What's got you concerned? If it's something you don't want to talk about, you don't have to, but if it's something you do want to talk about and we can talk about it here, I'd be happy to talk about it. Uh-oh. I think my inventory's too full. Yep. Too full to pick up anything right now. Let me move some things around. Hopefully this'll fix the problem. Because I'm not quite ready to go back yet. I want to keep digging just a little further. It's a little weird that I haven't found any diamonds yet. Well, the fact that we're realizing this and trying to do something about it, I'd say gives some hope that we can fix whatever damage we've done before it's irreversible. I mean, all over the place, you see groups and teams coming together to try to fix some of the damage. Is the effort, like, doomed to fail? I say no. I say the fact that somebody's actually trying to do something about the damage that has been done is... It's hopeful for me that we'll be able to keep this world going for as long as we have time ourselves to be in it. I mean, it's going to take a little more effort on the part of everybody. And it's not going to be easy to get everybody to pitch in, but I firmly believe that we can keep this mud ball spinning for a while yet. And by that, I mean we can make it so that we can still be here on it in a world that's worth living in for a little while longer. Hey! Sorry to cut myself off in the discussion, but diamonds! I was just saying that I hadn't been finding many, and boom, 2, right there. Which is exactly how many I wanted. I was hoping to find 2 before my pickaxe broke. Wish I'd found more. Wish I'd found 3 more. It would be cool if folks of that level of wealth got behind things a bit more. If more people got behind it, just in general, I'm sure it would pick up momentum and help fix some of whatever damage we've done. But we'll see. The big thing I say is keep having hope. Somehow that does not surprise me. Dude's had a hand in a ton of stuff from what I know. Anyway, we've been talking about shows and games and real life stuff. Or mostly been talking about shows and real life stuff. How about we circle back around to some gaming talk? What's some games that you remember particularly loving in your childhood, Boink? Care to share? If you don't care to share, that's fine. Just let me know, and I can always just talk about the ones that I've played. I mean, there have been several. Actually, circling back around to that topic of characters with wisdom to share, there's one character that I loved as a kid, that I've loved growing up, that has had a rough ride in terms of games and having gimmicks all up and down all over the place, but he had a bit of wisdom to share that I really found cool and fitting for his character. But I'll probably talk about that another time. But seriously, what are some games that you particularly found enjoyable and noteworthy as a kid? What are some games that you and the other members of the audience, both the ones live and the others, found particularly enjoyable and worth remembering, worth sharing from childhood? Feel free to share. And if you can't share live, feel free to share in the comments section. Alright, we got 2 diamonds, 8 obsidian. That's plenty of obsidian. Would be nice if we could get 3 more diamonds. Can't say I know most of those game names. But there have been some that have gotten me through some rough times, like classic games such as on the original PlayStation there was Crash Bandicoot Warped was one of my favorites to play on that one. And of course, my absolute favorite game to play on the original PlayStation was Spyro. Man, I love that game. I'm still over the moon excited about the fact they're finally making another new game for him. One that's not just a remake of something that was already out there. No, it's a full-fledged new game. And I am excited to see what they do with it. I'm hopeful that it'll be as good as the original trilogy. But if it looks in gameplay as good as it does in preview, I have a feeling that anybody who plays it is going to find a reason to be happy about it. Ah. Hey, I understand that. I get that. Me, I was a console player from pretty early on. But most of the console stuff I played ended up being on either the PlayStation or the GameCube. And oh, what memories I made with the GameCube. I was talking about that the other day during a session. It was fun talking about it. The GameCube pretty much made my interest in gaming. Jeez, I don't know if I'm gonna find any diamonds at all. So far, no dice. It's sad. At this point, I just want to find one more diamond so I can make another diamond pick. Ah, I see. I see. Never heard of that one before, but I mean, if you enjoyed it, it must have been well made. Finally! More diamonds! What do we got? What do we got? How many did we just find? I see 3, 4, 5, 6! It's a sixer! It's a 6 block. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, we're gonna leave these other 3 for now, though. I want to go craft a fresh pick, and I want to see if we can make an enchanting table and get ourselves. Oh, I don't have enough levels for a level 30 enchantment. Interesting. Yeah, that actually doesn't sound bad. Alright, let's go up. Grab the slime, the iron, the gold. Put that away. We'll bring up all the rest of the stuff that we've mined later. Right now, I want to focus on getting ourselves out of here and up to the surface where we can craft up the pickaxe and the enchanting table and maybe get a nice enchantment. Nice. I've heard of that one, but I've also heard that it's being shut down. Is that right? Is it legitimately being shut down? It's a little sad. I always meant to try that one at some point, but It looked like it was primarily meant to be like a VR kind of thing. At least when I saw it. Oh, man. Well, that stinks. It's a little tiring how... It's a little sad how many games are shutting down lately. But then again, there are other games that aren't shutting down and can help keep the gaming community active. There's one live service game that's been going on for a while that's finally shutting down. That it's kind of bittersweet to see it be shut down. A certain game by name of Destiny 2. It's a high-rated game. It's a... I want to say the rating for it is M, but it's a decent enough game as far as those kind go. It's one problem. The one problem I've ever had with it is that it is very much one of those games that you have to put money into in order to get anything. Because you had to pay for all the expansions to get the story of it. And yet they claimed it was free to play. It's pretty much a first-person shooter with special abilities. But it's a fun game if you can get access to the story. There have been a few times where they've made it possible to go in with an account on one of the gaming services and get some of the stuff that had been... Get some of the expansions for, like, dirt cheap. Or for nothing, for that matter, if you had a certain service. Like, if you had PlayStation Plus at one point, you could get almost half of the content that was available at the time for no additional cost. It was pretty cool. But unfortunately, like, the game has just got its last update on the 9th, I think it was. So Destiny 2 is finally ended. No, I have not. I've not seen the Minecraft movie sequel peak, but I am very curious to see what they do with it. I mean, I can guess, based on what little I've heard, that they might be feeding into the Herobrine myth. They might be taking a step out of the Herobrine myth in order to be able to have a villain for the story, but I honestly do not know. I haven't even finished watching the first movie, to be entirely honest. I haven't gotten around to going back and watching the first movie yet. But I will say, if they are tapping into the weird Herobrine thing, like I've heard they might be doing, that's gonna be weird. The Wither Storm. I'd be a little concerned about that, but at the same time, to have it be the ultimate threat of a Minecraft movie would be pretty cool. I've seen what that thing is supposed to be. I've learned what that thing is supposed to be capable of. Pretty much tears up the whole world until it consumes everything. It's a frightening concept, but fascinating at the same time. could be cool to see what they can make of it if they do use it. Let me see. What am I going to do about this? I want to make... I've got to get the tools I need upgraded. I've got to get a fortune pick. There's just no way around it. I need a fortune pick so that I can get those diamonds that we left down there and make them into really good stuff. Yeah, I've heard the music from that for sure. And yeah, the Witherstorm one was kind of ominous. The Witherstorm's theme was very ominous. I can see why people praise that song. Why they praise that music as being really good. Because it is. It is very ominous. Very fitting for something that's such a big threat. Because it is supposed to be an extreme threat. Alright, now I can disenchant stuff. I'd like to have these bows still have their enchantments and use them as a boost towards good stuff myself, or of my own. But I need the levels more than I need pre-made stuff. Go ahead and grab these shovels. Put them together with my shovel to get some repairs. Got a nice golden helmet. I don't want to disenchant that golden helmet. I'd rather combine it with another one to keep it strong. I gotta go get some wheat and potatoes and breed my animals. Seeds too, actually. But I gotta breed my animals so I can get some XP. Potatoes for the pigs. Wheat for sheep and the cows. And of course, grab them from here, some seeds for the chickens. Things have been pretty good for me so far, Boink. Thank you for asking. Been a pretty busy bee lately, been doing a lot IRL. But I've also been doing some stuff for the channel as well, mostly research into different things that I would like to make use of for the channel if I can. Not to mention going internally crazy over some of the different gaming announcements that have been made for things that are coming for different consoles. For example, the yeah, it is a lot of cows, but part of why I've got so many is because I'm trying to stock up on trying to build a large herd that I can cull for a boatload of steak. Because I need a ton of steak. I am in desperate need of food. I am running out of food so fast. But they are starting to become a little overt in their numbers, aren't they? Hey, Davian! Hey, better late than never, my friend. Better late than never. It's good to see ya. How are you? You doing alright? There's the chickens. Alright, and that is all our animals fed and tended to. The only other animals I could do something with would be my pandas. And I don't really feel like I need to do anything with these guys. Got Poe, still being a happy little fella. Got Yi hanging around, and we got the other panda. Oh, nice! That's cool, Davian. That's real cool. Well, a happy birthday to your little brother. That's cool. Alright, let's go jump into a bed. Skip the night before some phantoms decide to show up and attack us. That's the last thing we want to have happen. Because I don't know how many days I've gone without being asleep in this game. I hope that Fall Guys is still going. As far as I could tell, that game has no fear of being shut down, but with the way some companies are, I have no idea. It may happen one day. But I feel like that's a game that needs to be kept around, because it's now free, it is a solid concept. So far, I have found... Let's see, I've made 2 diamond picks, and I made an enchanting table. I have found and used 8 diamonds, and I have 3 diamond ore located down in the diamond layer, waiting for me to have fortune so I can get more from them. Oh, I wish Fall Guys was officially released on phones as well. It'd be cool to have even more people playing it. Because it is a solidly good experience for a game. A little frustrating when you lose a lot, but at the same time, you're competing against other players. Would you expect it to be easy to win? No. Stumble guys. Well, I mean, as long as there's another option that is free, I don't see any harm in it. But I personally don't have it, so. Yeah, Bedrock Edition doesn't seem to want to give me the diamonds very readily, which is annoying. I will say, it is very annoying that I haven't found that many diamonds yet. But now I'm at a point where I've got the enchanting table at the top of the mining tree. I want to get a bunch of XP and use it to enchant a diamond pickaxe and give it unbreaking and fortune and all that. On the other hand, I'm also open to the idea of trading with villagers now. Now that we've got so much stuff. Now that we're at that point where I'm ready for enchanting, I almost want to circumvent enchanting by getting some good tools and gear from villagers. Because, let's be honest, my current gear is atrocious. I mean, look at this. My chest plate is about to shatter on me. My leggings are copper. And my helmet and my boots. You'd think I've been falling on my freaking face. You would think I'd been falling on my face constantly with how bad my helmet is right now. Yeah, I don't like when stuff gets nerfed. I understand removing glitches and bugs that make the game too easy if you take advantage of them. But, for crying out loud, I want a little, just a little bit of overpoweredness to remain. It'd be nice to at least have the option to choose if I would want to have something overpowered. Namely, looking at the potion thing, still stings that they ended up making it so you couldn't have permanent, constantly refilling cauldrons of potions. But then I guess that was making the game way too simple. But still, I'd like the option to decide for myself if I wanted such a farm. Yeah, copper armor is not so great. Honestly, if I had to choose what I would use copper for in terms of equipment, and had to stick with that choice, like, forever, I would choose to stick with just the copper tools. Yeah, copper tools and weapons, those are relatively useful. Those are useful. But the armor, it doesn't last long enough to be able to be called useful. Start breeding up all these cows again. So many babies now that they're gonna get in the way. But this is what I was waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the moment when I had so many, it became hard to farm them anymore. Like, now is the perfect time to cull the herd. So, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go up to the top. I'm gonna go up to the top. And we're gonna go craft a new iron sword. And then we're gonna go cull the herd. I'd rather wait until I have looting, but I don't see us getting looting from anything right now, so... Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, the benefit of having the Pro, it can handle a bit more before it really starts to strain. But now the time has come to execute Order 60 cows. little Star Wars reference there with the line. Execute Order 66. Difference is we're gonna spare the younglings. The difference between Order 66 and Order 60 cows, we spare the younglings. Some of you may die. That is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Now, we are going to leave a couple of adults. I will go ahead and say that some adults are going to be left alive. Because I need to have some adults in case I need to continue growing the herd. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Always keep a bare minimum of 4 of any animal. Thank you, cows, for your noble sacrifice. It shall be remembered. Nice bonuses. We're a little closer to getting to level 30 as well, so I'd say it was worth it. And all the rest goes in there. We'll put the wheat away and then take another nap. Because it's about to get dark again. Yeah. Level 30 is the current goal. Which may mean we need to go to the Nether now. I really don't want to have to go to the Nether. The Nether scares me so much. Everything about it is frightening. But, gotta do what we gotta do. Mining quartz in the Nether might be the best way to build up our level to 30. Since we don't have an XP farm yet. Hey, Leo! Good to see you, dude. How are you? You doing alright? I hope so. I hope you're doing real good. Right now, it is offering Silk Touch. Or Unbreaking 2, or Unbreaking 1. I could get Unbreaking 2. Can't get Silk Touch unless I'm level 30. Really, Boink? Oh, man. Well, that's no good. I'm sorry to hear that. I'd like to say maybe what you need is a break, but I don't know. I'm glad to hear that, Leo. I'm glad to hear it. Ah. I hear you, Boink. I hear you. It's never fun to have to go to more complicated methods of doing stuff. I am doing pretty good, Leo. I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a pretty decent day so far. Well, I've had a pretty decent day so far. And my evening is going pretty good, too. Thank you for asking. Alright, we are back in business as far as food goes. Always a relief to have good food on hand. I'm going to temporarily put a few more furnaces here so I can cook up this stuff while we're waiting on the other furnaces to finish cooking our steaks. Because all the XP from all these furnaces is going to get put towards making it so that we can get to level 30. Because I'm not kidding. I want to get to level 30 and enchant a pickaxe. I want to do that so bad. Yeah, thank you for the rules, Leo. Really appreciate it. Hey, that sounds like a plan, Boink. Hey, if you still enjoy drawing, I recommend doing it here and there. I will say don't push yourself to do it to the point that it's no fun to you. Because all too often people will... I've heard of people pushing themselves to keep going with drawing, or being pushed to keep going with drawing, and they end up not wanting to do it anymore. My best advice to give you on the matter is don't push yourself to the point that you end up not enjoying it. If you find that you're not enjoying it anymore, it may be time to take a break. A longer break at that. Okay, that's more what I'm looking for. Unbreaking 3 would be good. But I do think we're going to end up going to the villages, if we can find more than one, to see if they've got anything to help us in terms of tools. Probably try to make some fletching tables to take to a village and fill them up with fletchers to trade off sticks to. I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of wood farming. I'm going to end up chopping up these trees up that are up there on top of the Tower of Stone, but the only reason why I haven't done that yet is because I haven't had a need to go up there and chop them up, but I'll end up chopping them down real soon. Truth be told, a small part of it is I want to have a better axe when I go to chop that stuff up. But I don't see me getting a better axe, an enchanted axe yet. Most likely I'll have to settle for just this regular iron one. Alright. Nice thing is we got some more food. So, I've got food in my bundle, I got food in the chest. Ooh, I like that one. Rough Bud. I kinda like that. That's kinda cool. I like that name. Alright, back to level 24. Yeah, I'm really thinking that we're gonna end up going to the villages to get levels from trading. Because that seems like the best way to get some XP right now. But I think we'll work on doing that next time. Because that's all the time I've got for today, my friends. Or tonight, as it is for me. It is very late. I need to get some sleep. But I will be back as soon as I can be with another session. Until then, thank you all ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, please be sure to let me know by leaving likes and comments, subscribing if you haven't already done it, checking out the About page for links to other pages with more content, like my Twitch channel, and of course, by smacking that notification bell so that you don't miss the next stream or video, and by sharing the channel with your friends. With that all being said, thank you again for watching. I'm JGuard01, your guide, your bard, and your humble host into the world's virtual. And I'll see you all next time right here on Guardian Studios. Bye! Whoops.